By the time our planet was 4 billion years old, the rise of large plants and animals was just beginning. Complexity exploded around that time, as the combination of multicellularity, sexual reproduction, and other genetic advances brought about the Cambrian explosion. Many evolutionary changes occurred over the next 500 million years, with extinction events and selection pressures paving the way for new forms of life to arise and develop. 65 million years ago, a catastrophic asteroid strike wiped out not only the dinosaurs, but practically every animal weighing over 25 kilograms, excepting leatherback sea turtles and some crocodiles. This was Earth's most recent great mass extinction, and left a large number of niches unfilled in its wake. Mammals rose to prominence in the aftermath, with the first humans arising less than 1 million years ago. A massive asteroid somewhere between 5 and 10 kilometers in diameter struck our planet. It kicked up a layer of dust that settled all over the world, a layer that can be found today in our planet's sedimentary rock. On the older side of that layer, fossils such as dinosaurs, pterosaurs, ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs are abundant. Giant reptiles, ammonites, and large classes of plants and animals all existed prior to that event, along with small, flying birds and the tiny, land-dwelling mammals. After that event, the mammals survived, with no larger predators to stop them. They grew, diversified, and experienced a population explosion. Primates, rodents, lagomorphs, and other forms of mammals, including placental mammals, marsupials, and even the egg-laying mammals are all abundant at the start of the Cenozoic epoch. Almost immediately, the primates began diversifying even further. 63 million years ago, just 2 million years after the demise of the dinosaurs, they split into two groups. First, the dry-nosed primates, known formally as the haplorhines, which developed into modern monkeys and apes. Second, the wet-nosed primates, known as the strepsirrhines, which developed into modern lemurs and ais. 58 million years ago, another big change occurred. The haplorhines experienced an interesting genetic split, as the first novel and unique evolutionary branch became distinct from the rest of the dry-nosed primates. The tarsier, with its enormous size, it was uniquely well adapted to see at night. Although, we normally don't think very much about our distant cousins and how they develop once they've split off from us, it isn't just haplorhines like us, and our direct ancestors, that underwent interesting phases of evolution, all throughout the past 65 million years, just as it was before that time. The various mammals, birds, plants, and other living organisms evolved together. Evolution is driven by environmental changes, and that includes all the floral and faunal changes that occur on our planet. 55 million years ago, a sudden rise in greenhouse gases causes the global average temperature to swiftly rise, wiping out many deep ocean animals and plants. This transformation left many large, unfilled niches in the ocean, paving the way for cetaceans, the large oceanic mammals, to develop. 50 million years ago, some of the even-toed mammals began evolving into sea-dwelling creatures. The artiodactyls may have all evolved from a single or common ancestor, or may have evolved independently. But another 7 million years later, 40 million years ago, an important development occurred among the dry-nosed primates. The New World monkeys branched off. Humans and our ape ancestors are descended from Old World monkeys. New World monkeys are the first simians, or higher primates, to evolutionarily diverge from our lineage. They would go on to colonize most of South America, where they are still found in abundance today. The Old World monkeys continue to thrive and successfully occupy their niches, while diversifying in body size and physical features. 25 million years ago, the first apes arise, splitting off from the remaining Old World monkeys at this time. The apes, defined by the complete lack of a tail of any type, would go on to give rise to many of the close relatives of humans that survive today, both the lesser apes and the great apes. The earliest ape to split off from the Old World monkeys was the gibbon, a lesser ape that first arose 18 million years ago. Sometime between 14 and 16 million years ago, the first great apes arose, with orangutans branching off 14 million years ago. The orangutans spread into southern Asia after this, while the other great apes remained in Africa. The largest primate ever, Gigantopithecus, first arose some 9 million years ago, only becoming extinct a few 100,000 years ago. 7 million years ago, gorillas branched off from the other great apes. They remain the largest of all the surviving primates. The great apes split off in two directions 6 million years ago, with one direction giving rise to humanity's ancestors and the other branch giving rise to chimpanzees and bonobos. But along the track of our direct ancestors, the developments were rapid and profound. 5.6 million years ago, the first truly bipedal ape, Ardipithecus, arose. Although it's a controversial claim, the hand bones in Ardipithecus show evidence of it being a transitional fossil between the earlier great apes and the later Australopithecines. Approximately 4 million years ago, the first Australopithecus evolved, the first members of the Hominina subtribe, a taxonomic classification more specific than family but less specific than genus. Shortly thereafter, the first evidence of stone tool use appears. About 1.9 million years ago, Homo erectus evolved. This human ancestor not only walked fully upright, but had much larger brains than Homo habilis, nearly twice as large, on average. Homo erectus became the first direct human ancestor to leave Africa, and the first to display evidence of using fire. Homo habilis was likely driven to extinction more than 1 million years ago, as was the last Australopithecus. Across the world, new examples of the genus Homo emerged, including Homo ancestor in Europe, which may be an evolved habilis or erectus, or an early form of heidelbergensis, about 1.2 million years ago, followed by Homo heidelbergensis some 600,000 years ago. Approximately 700,000 years ago, the earliest evidence for cooking appears. About 500,000 years ago, the first evidence for clothing appears. Approximately 300,000 years ago, the first Homo sapiens, anatomically modern humans, arose alongside our other hominid relatives. It is unknown whether we descended directly from Homo erectus, heidelbergensis, or ancestor, although Neanderthals, which came slightly later at 240,000 years ago, most certainly came from Homo heidelbergensis. Modern speech is thought to have arisen almost as soon as Homo sapiens did. It took 13.8 billion years of cosmic history for the first human beings to arise, and we did so relatively recently, just 300,000 years ago. 99.998% of the time that passed since the Big Bang had no human beings at all. Our entire species has only existed for the most recent 0.002% of the universe. Yet, in that short time, we've managed to figure out the entire cosmic story that led to our existence. Fortunately, the story won't end with us, as it's still being written.